All right, welcome back to Georgia High School Sports Daily. Najee Wilkins along with Craig. Remember that you can watch the show on the Landing News First app. You can also watch it via Peachtree Sports Network on YouTube TV and the CBS Sports local streaming app, Zeem. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and bring on the head coach for Brookwood Swimming, Will Hildebrand. How you doing, sir? Thanks so much for coming on.
Great. How are you?
Doing great, sir. So I just want to start. I mean, what a great program that you have there at Brookwood. Obviously, you guys end up sweeping both the boys and the girls side. Can you just talk just a little bit about all the work you guys put in to get to this point and seeing the fruition of all that labor you guys put in come into existence?
Oh, I mean, we've got a great list of athletes. They put in the work year-round with their year-round programs. So, I mean, it really does. We've got swimmers at Swim Atlanta, at Spartans Aquatic Center, at Gaga. We have a number of state swimmers at our practice at Mountain Park. So this is a year-round thing as far as the sport. So we're very pleased with the way they've been swimming, and we know that the best is yet to come.
100%, sir. And then I want to ask you a little bit about North Gwinnett. I think you had mentioned it in your quote, sir. You were talking just a little about what great of a program they have. So what was it like just going up against stellar competition, elite competition that not only you guys won, but it made you guys better at the end as well?
I mean, in general, Gwinnett swimming is stellar, some of the top in the state. So, I mean, not just North Gwinnett, but you have Parkview. You have a number of stellar swimmers at Mill Creek and also at Duluth. So North Gwinnett is always a great team, coached by Paul Callis. They do a great job year after year, and it's great to have that team that also pushes you too. So their relays are always up there. We're always competing back and forth for the best relay in not just the county but the state. So hats off to them. They did a stellar job this year too.
Yes, sir. Now, obviously, you have Hailey Dopson right next to you. Just tell me what makes her such a special, not just a player or a swimmer, but also a special human being, special just person to be around.
Look, she's going to blush a little here, but leadership is the first thing that comes to mind. She is one of our 4 elected girls captains, elected by the athletes on the team. Her swimming speaks for itself. I mean, you're looking at a state champion multiple times over this year. I mean, she had not only leads our medley relay, but is also on our 200 freestyle relay and had a great 100 backstroke at county. So, but she, like I said, she leads by example. The girls follow her along with our other captains, and to me, that's the first thing that comes to mind. I mean, I could also brag about her in academics too. You have a very stellar student athlete next to me too. So she's got a number of great attributes, and like I said, she's a great role model for our girls.
Oh, sorry, Coach. I got a question for you real quick, just about the county championships. We covered the Cobb County one. Walton also was able to sweep boys and girls. When you have these county championships going on, obviously it's a big part of the year. Are you guys kind of competing with yourself, having your own individual times you want to hit, or do you ever kind of look at what the other teams are doing statewide?
Any coach worth their weight is going to be looking at teams throughout the state. We have, you look at Walton's boys, they are back-to-back state champions. We're always keeping an eye on them. West Forsyth, South Forsyth are also great schools out there too. So with swimming, it's all about times. We put our times obviously on the state website. So every coach is always looking at not just who's in your county, but who's beyond that.
And then Hailey, you come from a great athletic family. When was it where you realized that swimming is an opportunity for you not only to have this great varsity career, but give yourself an opportunity to compete collegiately, and then maybe even beyond that?
So I definitely always had the goal of being a collegiate swimmer since I was a kid. I mean, with my dad's influence and my brother kind of being all over the place with sports. And I don't know, I would say it clicked in middle school, and I was obviously around Brookwood and I saw the program. It definitely got me excited ahead of time. So I kind of got a little sneak peek with that, but I would say around middle school is when I kind of realized the cool things that the sport had to offer me.
And then how much did it mean to you to be able to win that backstroke individual championship statewide, just to have that accomplishment, but also use it to maybe challenge yourself to reach new goals and take your game to the next level?
Yeah, so I don't even know how to explain it. It was just, it was more like a team thing when I realized it. I was just really excited about because that event is towards the end of the meet. So it was kind of at that moment that we were already really excited about the win or what we could have done. So I don't know. And all the competition that I had years prior, like Katie Choate and stuff, I was always pushed and pushed and pushed. So it was really cool to actually get to be on the top that time. And it definitely, I mean, you always have to have a next goal. So it just made it a little bit harder for next time.
And then you've obviously committed. You're going to go to the University of Georgia. You're very excited about that opportunity. What was that relationship like with the program, being able to stay in state, talking to them, and how excited are you for that?
I'm super excited for that. The proximity to my house was actually my main goal because I don't know, I've always been I would say like a homebody. I would rather stay close to my family and familiar places, and both of my parents went to Georgia, so that was another thing where it's just I always really wanted to go to the University of Georgia. So I think that was the main thing. It was what I was used to, and I loved the program when I saw it, and I was like, this is the one that I would like the next 4 years with.
And then, Hailey, I want you to teach me just a little bit about the 100-meter backstroke and obviously the 100 free, right? In terms of preparation, right? Kind of treat me like I'm a novice. How do you prepare when you're doing those two events? Is it any different, or is it the same in terms of preparation when you're trying to prepare for doing those events?
I honestly would say it's pretty similar. Obviously you have your warm-ups. It's just kind of flipped around once on your stomach, once on your back. But other than that, literally, it's the same warm-up itself. But what actually gets me ready for events is I feed off of the team's energy. So when county and stuff is really there's a lot of energy. We're really excited. Every single time I will see my excitement level, and I'm ready when it's time with just energy. I guess I just feed off of the energy. So it's depends how everyone else on the team is, feeding off of everything else that happened before. So a good swim before me, I get really excited. I'm like, well, let's have another one. So it's pretty much, I'd say it's more.
Okay, and then your coach talked about your leadership. So you talk about feeding off their energy. So how do you lead this group? Do you lead more so verbally, or do you just lead by just your actions and how you do it at the meets?
I would say a little bit of both. I want to say that I'm a very loud person when it comes to the pool deck. You will definitely hear me. But I'm also on the first relay of the meet. So Coach Willie will always tell me come on, you're starting us out, let's go. And so I think that's kind of what starts all the energy. So it kind of just builds and builds and builds. But there's music playing, you'll hear me, you'll see me. I'll also do some pep talks and stuff. I'll always be behind the blocks telling other people hey, don't think about it, just do your race and you got it. So it's a little bit of both.
Got you. Now, Coach Hildebrand, question for you. So in terms of after, winning this meet, what's next in terms of preparation? I believe the state meet is coming up as well. So can you just walk us through that? How are you going to prepare this team, rest, rehab, all that good stuff?
The state is next Friday. So we have diving on Tuesday, the state meet Friday for us prelims. The finals meet is on Saturday. It's just basically, look, we celebrated the win on Monday with county, and it's just time to get back to work. Most of our swimmers didn't take the day off on Tuesday. They went to practice. They stretched out. For swimming, there's something we call a taper phase where you start kind of dropping down the yards, but you can only do that when you kind of build up the volume. So for this week, most swimmers are getting kind of a high volume workout. Next week, we'll start taking it easy once again. When it comes to nutrition and rest and all those things, these are trained athletes. They know that they got to take care of their bodies outside of the pool to prep for the meet. So the big thing is just we look at the times at county. We were very pleased with things, but we know we can go faster. So it's just bringing up that rigor in practice to try to get us there for next week.
100%. Well, Coach, I want to say thank you just so much for coming on, talking about your great program at Brookwood. We wish you guys nothing but the best at, obviously, the prelims at the state championship next week.
Great. Thank you very much for having us.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. All right, guys, coming up, we'll have more, and we'll discuss the latest in the Peach State.